You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The Herons are champs. Yeah. Roll south to Freedom Park, rocking pink and black. Official tissue in the 305, bounty full of greats. The Battered Fan with Chris and Dan dropping hot takes. Messi and the Herons start the season with a star on the crest. So 29 fan bases can cry, cause we the best. Sign homegrowns like Noah, Frey and Ruiz, replacing goats with greats. Yeah, Miles got the cheese and he called it. Freedom to dream was the backbone. From Lockhart to Miami, it feels good to be at home. Multiple times a week on YouTube and audio. Take the time to subscribe, like and share the show. So check and chat, grab your MLS cup and coming. No question about it, I'm ready to get a star again.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 496 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel Garada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
It's been rough. Now we have a stupid game tomorrow that we have to pay attention to.
That's it.
But it's an extra game.
It's preseason, baby. We got one more preseason game to go. I'm excited.
Yeah, another game under the team's belt, so that way they can get better.
Deloner, I don't think Chris ever said he was. I think we all knew he was going to play this game. Orlando game, we don't know, but this game,
yeah.
The reason they canceled the game to begin with is because Messi wasn't healthy enough to play.
Yeah.
So he has to play this game.
And the funny thing is like, do we have to, like, this game has become the Puerto Rico game, and no one knows that we're playing a team from Ecuador. Nobody. Like, nobody knows that.
No.
It's just the Puerto Rico game.
Yeah, that's true. We're playing against Independiente del Valle, I believe is what they're called.
Yeah, Independiente del Valle, and it's literally a meaningless game in the middle of two games for our regular season, and Messi has to go.
No, he has to play. No, that's without question. He has to play. But whatever. All right. So let's get into it. Okay, I guess the obvious question. So you didn't want this to be played at all?
No, dude, I didn't want this to be played. I wanted this to be canceled. If Messi wasn't going to play in preseason time, then it should have been canceled. First of all, this game should have never been set up to begin with. But I understand the organization is money hungry. MLS wants more eyes, especially from Puerto Rico, I imagine. It'd be interesting for the MLS. You guys haven't even considered this. What if the MLS was to have wanted to make a Puerto Rican team? Right? I think that's an interesting conversation to have.
And I think along those, I believe they do have a team, actually. They do have a team.
They had a team.
Okay.
It used to be part of like the whole orgosphere of like American football.
Okay, because I thought they had a team. I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm not 100%, so I don't want to say anything that's incorrect. But I thought they had a team. But regardless, they don't have a top flight team, like part of the MLS, for example. And because they don't, but I do know that the interest in soccer has been growing, maybe not rapidly, but it has been growing in Puerto Rico. I do think that Inter Miami and MLS sees a chance here. Because if Puerto Rico is going to root for a team, they'll probably root for the team that's closest to them. And what's the closest team to them? Miami.
It's Miami, yeah.
So I think that this is a good way to try to get a new fan base. If you're interested in soccer, we have the greatest player of all time. We're the closest team to you, and maybe you get a couple new fans. So that I would assume that that's part of the strategy here.
So they had the Puerto Rico Islanders between 2003 and 2012, and then Puerto Rico FC between 2016 and 2017. Which played in the second tier league, which was USL and NASL.
Oh, and Mr. Krabs saying they have their own league. Puerto Rico is a very small island.
They don't have their own league.
They might. I mean, there's plenty of small countries that have. I didn't think soccer was popular enough to have a league in such a small island. Like for an island that is soccer hungry, it makes sense. I didn't think that Puerto Rico would have a league, but look at that. I'm surprised. I didn't expect that.
Fun fact: the Puerto Rico FC team was founded by Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, and that's what I was gonna say. I thought that Carmelo Anthony had. I thought he had put money into it, like he invested. I didn't know if he was like the main guy, but I knew that he had put money into it.
Yeah,
Look,
they
this
played in
sport is
Bayamon.
growing, and everybody's seeing it. Look, James Harden is part owner of the Houston Rockets. Kevin Durant has part ownership of the Philadelphia Union. Like everybody sees that this is a growing thing, so everybody's jumping on board. Not just fans, but investors alike.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think it's a worthless game.
The loner saying, "Did you guys see the video of the huge crowd that came to see Miami train today?" I didn't see that. No, did you see that,
No,
Chris?
no, I did
No.
not. No, I really can
Uh,
care. I'm telling you guys, the last episode when I mentioned, I literally could care zero about this game in Puerto Rico. Like I
and Hacker
literally
saying
mean
Puerto
that.
Rico fans are not Miami fans. 100%. I understand that, Hacker. I'm saying, but if they decide, like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'm going to start following a new soccer league. Well, who should I root for? I guess I'll root for Miami. Like that's all it is. Like that's how it gets. Like, and we could talk about it later because I think it's something we're going to talk about later. But for example, the USL. The USL, I don't root for anybody. But guess what? Brooklyn FC is about to have a team. I guess I'll root for Brooklyn. Like, you don't have to be a diehard fan, but like that's how you just kind of pick your teams that are close to you and things like that.
I want to mention something. I've been looking everywhere and I can't find a Puerto Rican soccer league. So
The league is
like I
called
think that
Liga
you guys
Puerto
are
Rico Pro.
that I can't find it. I can't find it.
All right.
I'm gonna.
All right.
I call bulls.
Unlike Chris, although I think it's silly to play a preseason game after the regular season has already started, especially one game after, I think it's silly. But with that said, I see it as a blessing in disguise. I think this is a good chance to get a real scrimmage out of this game and get your starting 11 going for the first half. And Hacker's asking if we know if Messi's going to play in Orlando. We don't know yet.
Nobody knows.
We and a lot of people assume that they're going to take it easy with him because he just got that injury. This game's happening. Then 3 days later, he plays again. Maybe he will. He's never played in Orlando since he's been here. So that's why a lot of people are like, he probably won't play again, but nobody knows.
I don't use ChatGPT, Mr. Krabs, which, by the way, I have a comment I want to talk about on this episode today from the last video.
Well, we had this debate about the game yesterday. Was it yesterday when we did La Ventanita? Yesterday morning, because I thought that, you know what, it's not a bad idea that we have this game. I think it kind of works out because after that rough showing against LAFC, you want your guys to get back onto the pitch and kind of work some chemistry out. And I think it's good that they go ahead and put their starting 11. Their starting 11. Every single person that you expect to play in Orlando, you put them out there, have them play for the first half, build some chemistry. It's a solid squad that they're playing against. It's one of the top teams, if not the top team in Ecuador. So it's not like a nobody. And then you play the way you plan on playing against Orlando. Doesn't matter the style of play that the Ecuadorian team comes to play. If they like to play a low block, if they like to play possession, if they press, whatever. Doesn't matter. Whatever game plan you have and whatever tactical formation you plan on playing with Inter Miami moving forward in the season, you apply it against Independiente del Valle, and doesn't matter if it looks ugly. You don't care about the result tomorrow. What you care about is the chemistry and learning how to play with each other. And I think that this is a blessing in disguise because you could do it for first half and kind of just let them just work the kinks out while they're on the pitch.
This would be the perfect game to play, for sure, to play Ayala, and for sure to play Yannick Bright, Ayala, and Rodrigo de Paul, or sit Bright and play Ayala. Like, I think out of all the players, we have to see Ayala. Like, I think that's absolutely necessary.
Well, our midfield was really lacking, and you can see the absence of Busquets last game. And, that's why they brought in Ayala. Nobody thought that he would be a like for like, but, he gives you some of the things that you're hoping that are lost and that you can hope you can make up a little bit. It's not going to happen completely. So, I would hope that Ayala gets to start tomorrow. And I guess that goes to my next question because I told you what I think. I'm curious as to what because you kind of told me what you did yesterday during the show. on our drive to work. Would you want the starting 11 to play? And I'll ask the chat also. Do you want the starting 11 to play in the Puerto Rico game?
Well, I wouldn't want them to play. I wouldn't want them to play.
So
but I understand your.
Because yesterday, what you said is that you want Messi to run out there with David Ruiz and
and Sergio Morales and Hot and like all of these rando bando young kids just run out, and Luis Suarez
and
Luis Suarez.
Luis Suarez.
Yeah.
Look, and then Mr. Krabs is with you, starting 11 in a meaningless game. I think
because
that
what happens if he gets injured? What happens if he gets injured?
Yeah, what happens if he gets injured in a scrimmage during practice? Like injuries are a part of the game. You're not running him out there 90 minutes. You're running him out there probably for the first half only. I think that the chemistry is needed, and I think that they need to play together. And I think it's great that they get to do it before they play their next game.
I think honestly that I mean I get your point in wanting to start the starters. And I think it's not a bad idea. I think it's good for cohesiveness, so that way they could be able to play better, get more comfortable playing with each other. But I feel like at the same time, this is the kind of game where it's just like, if this was preseason, like actual preseason, then I'd say play the starters. But this is like in the middle.
It's funny because I think differently. If this would have been before the first game, where you finally got to see them in action, I'd be like, nah,
you would have said play
for the season. But when you saw how off they were, I was like, nah, put them out there. Like, let them get a little more practice together because apparently they need it. And shout out to Cuban Rick, said that they should give Messi a rest and let him recuperate. Maybe they'll do that for Orlando, but that's not happening tomorrow. They literally canceled the game. Nobody else was injured. They literally canceled the game because Messi couldn't play.
But you know what, Danny? Like this whole injury, right? I think the timing of the Puerto Rico game was off in terms of like the injury game coming up. Then you got LAFC. I feel like now you see Messi, you saw him at LAFC, you've seen him practice. At this point, it feels like the vibe is like he's not injured. Let him run. Like, who's to say that he doesn't play against Orlando?
Hamstring injuries are tricky. And he might play against Orlando. This is just off of the fact that he's never played there. Like, there's something always happens, and he never plays in Orlando. And he's had, how many opportunities to play there now? Like 4 times?
Yeah. And Eddie has a good point. He says, I say yes. The group needs rest.
They need the
reps and chemistry for sure.
And then Francisco's saying rest for what? He's only played 1 competitive game. I think if he didn't have the hamstring thing, I don't think anybody would be saying rest. I think everybody's just worried because his hamstring's acting up. And that's one of those lingering injuries that keep popping up throughout a season. So you kind of want him to be good. Sun's out, guns out. Yeah.
Sun's out, guns out. Let's go, baby.
All right. So Chris, hypothetically, let's say that the starters play. What are you hoping to see from the starters as far as the starting lineup?
So for starting lineup, I'd like to see, for sure, I think that Messi and Beterame would have to start. And I'd love to see like a diamond. We saw
last game.
Yes. I don't want to see Segovia, because if the plan is not to play Segovia, don't waste time here. Let's not waste time cooking up something and putting Segovia. Put this guy over on the left, Silvetti. Put Allende on the right. If you're gonna sit with the 2 in the middle, don't give me Bright anymore. I want to see Ayala. That is more or less what I'm imagining. If you decide that you're gonna not sit, if you're gonna do the 4-2-3-1, and then you're not gonna have Silvetti or Allende playing, then I would say different, and I'd put Ayala in the middle.
I think this is what most people want to see. And chat, tell me if I'm right or wrong. I mean, not the back line. The back line, everybody has their opinions about Freno Allen. I'm talking about from the midfield up. I think everybody wants to see Ayala, wants to see what they can do. I think a lot of people have hoped for that 4-2-3-1 with Messi playing that 10 role. You got the wings, you have Beterame up top. I think that this is what people are hoping for. And this is kind of what we saw in the second half, like a 4-3-3 with My God, just
I love
pronounced his name. Oh,
Segovia
right.
there in the middle too. I
Yeah,
love
with
Segovia there.
the eights. Yeah, the eights, and then you had Messi out wide. I mean, as wide as he's gonna get, and
Yeah.
Sabetti playing out wide, and you know, I don't know. Well, we'll
But
see.
that's the problem. That's what we saw that was very conflicting in the last game. Is you saw Messi who draws towards the middle, which is essentially where Segovia is operating. And then people are like, well, what the hell? Segovia keeps slamming into Messi. So that's why I'm saying, like, if we're not going to sit here and really consider using Segovia effectively, and we're going to throw him at the wing, let's not waste the time there. It's better just to
Well,
keep it just like that, the way that
this
you
is what
have
I'm
it with
hoping to see
Segovia out.
tomorrow and in Orlando.
And it's look, and we get flack about liking the American players, but like Segovia is not an American player, and he's very good. And it sucks to not see him on the pitch, but there's just not enough room for him in the midfield.
No,
especially when you have Silvetti, who you're going to occupy on the left side because he's worthless on the right. Allende, who you're going to occupy on the right because he's worthless on the left. So at that point, you're kind of cooked with whatever it is that you do with those two guys. And then Francesco is saying Messi false nine is the only logic way to play. They dominated the playoffs with Messi false nine. There's a caveat with that though, because you had no Beterame. And then you had Allende, who essentially was just flying off the cuff and playing his best football of his life.
Well, the other caveat is that you paid Berterame a DP contract. So
exactly, you're not going to
Berterame is going to be on the pitch.
Yeah,
so
come on.
That false nine thing is never happening. At least not why Berterame is there, because you don't give somebody a DP contract and then tell them to sit on the bench.
No way. Hell no. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with Allende. In reality, let me tell you something. You know, us keeping Allende on the books and like actually owning him, that's big too. He needs to be starting. He shouldn't be coming off the bench. What happened last game is a no-no. He needs to start.
He will. It's just that, again, he had in practice. He wasn't fit to go the whole 90.
Okay.
All right. So they're playing against a good team in South America.
Yeah, apparently the best,
they lose,
according to Mike B.
They lose 3-0. If they lose 3-0, does that heighten your worry, or is it's preseason? I don't care.
I mean, well, what do you think? What do you think? I mean,
I know. I guess I'm talking to the chat. I'm not talking to this dramatic person.
I mean, no. Okay, ask the chat. Ask them.
I did. Go ahead, chat. Does the result matter at all?
By the way, no? Independiente de Valle 1-2-0 against Guayaquil on Sunday. They won against Barcelona SC, who we played last, 1-0. They won against Universidad Católica, 1-0. They're running shit.
Yeah, they're good. Look, Mr. Krabs made a good point. We are no longer in the preseason, so very worried. Yeah, technically. It's a preseason game, but we're technically not in the preseason anymore. So, yeah, if they get their ass kicked, I guess that is worrisome. Boss Daddy,
Hannah
this
says
episode is about nothing.
Oh, my. It's not about nothing. I mean, there's something.
It's about a preseason game that's nothing. So, I mean, technically.
Hannah's saying it will be so bad they have to win. And, yeah,
they're
go
playing
ahead.
Against a good team, though.
Yeah, but we need to pull out a dub. I mean, at this point, it's kind of, I mean, Alex is saying results don't, how we lose does. Results doesn't matter. How we lose does.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see St. Clair look better. You want to see the midfield look better. You want to see DePaul look better. You want to see Allende hopefully linking up with Messi and vice versa with Berterame and just the front four and period. You know, there's a lot to look forward to. There's a lot to watch out for where the result doesn't matter, but the way that they play does.
Mitch is saying if the opponent scores 3 with Santi Morales on the field, then who cares? Which is true.
That's true also. Yeah.
Lewis is saying Bete left, Allende right, Messi false 9, Silvetti flanked on the left between Bete and Noah. I don't even know how that would work. Like
left mid.
Putting him as a midfield? Like a midfielder?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't like it.
No way. All the way back there?
Mm-mm.
And then you're going to have Silvetti assisting on defense?
And by the way, your boy Berterame is more of a poacher. So he's not necessarily somebody that's going to come from the wing and create for himself or others. He's just a finisher. So he'd be lost out there.
Oh, man. And look at this. Just when we got back to normal announcements, Xavier mentioning we get to hear these awful announcers again. How many of those guys woke up with a boner in their pants knowing that they get to call another Messi game in Puerto Rico?
Those $10 that I paid, does that work for the game?
That's a good question. Because in reality, it wasn't part of your package. It was only the 3 games. I'm telling you, if I have to pay to watch that game, I'm going to riot against onesoccer.org. Mitch is reporting it. It does. So let's see how that works. If it does actually work. Have Hope is saying, how do we have 100% losing record as the champions? I have no idea, dude. Danny, I don't know if Danny is frozen or I'm frozen. And Rico de Valle is saying, can't you guys stream the game? I don't know if you could stream the game. I think that you'll get flagged for that if we were to do the like a live stream or something. Yeah, there goes Danny. Hannah is saying you're paying again. I hope not, because I'm not paying again. Xavier's mentioning I pay 10 for four games on one football. It didn't mention if it was for 4 games. It just mentioned it was for like, the preseason tour. But at that point, when they came out with the package, there was no Puerto Rico game. So if there was no Puerto Rico game at that point, then is it actually included? Because it is sort of separate from what it is that you were planning on doing throughout the playoffs. So, there is that. I do think that this starting 11 is good, guys. Let me ask you guys a question. 4-2-3-1, yes or no? Because it's interesting, the conversation that's happening. A lot of people do want the sort of 3 in the midfield like this, but then there's some people that kind of want a 2-striker deal at the top, which, I mean, I don't mind either. But at the same time, if you do that, then you're going to kind of clutter up top where Beterame is. And so you're not really going to have Silvetti and Allende at advantageous positions. And Mike V is actually confirming something here. It says 3 games, and they added the 4th. It's included. Okay, that's actually really good, because if it is included, then we don't have to go pirating off of websites and ask Jamaican Justin to be able to kind of help us with getting on there. So Luis Barrios is mentioning, by the way, by the 50% of the seats are done. That's fantastic. And then there is mention of Noah Allen. M. Garcia is mentioning we need a better left back than Noah Allen. And this is, again, I'm going to mention something in terms of that fullback position. If you guys are thinking about putting Mura on that side, okay, that's somewhat acceptable. If you guys want to do something like that, and then have Noah just as a backup center back, that is also an interesting thing. If you guys think that that's something that Mascherano would do, especially maybe in this playoff game, in this preseason game. Maybe in this preseason game, maybe Mascherano is going to try something like that out. I think that this is actually the best time to sort of experiment with that kind of stuff. Do the 4-2-3-1. Have Ayala out there. Put Messi as a cam. Don't put him out on the right side. Bring your most advantageous wingers and keep them where they're always playing at their best. And then if you want to play with the defense because you really don't care about the timeline or whatever the result is, then fine. Go ahead and play with your defense. Take Noah Allen out and put Mura in and see how that works. If it works well, start him again against Orlando in a game that actually matters. Sonic Squirrel is saying here, Beterame was a waste of DP spot. Could have gotten Lewandowski after the World Cup. I don't think personally that he would have came down to Miami. But that's just me. I think that he's going to go to another team, probably like a Chicago or something. That's something that Danny and I have been flirting with. Have Hope is actually saying no, can't put Messi in a midfield three. He's not built for it physically. He loses the ball. DePaul or Ayala aren't strong enough to win it back. I mean, Yannick Bright's always been strong enough to be able to win it back. So,
what are we flirting with?
I don't know what we're flirting with, but
well, I heard you.
I was just asking
we're flirting with.
Because we were talking about we mentioned I think it was talking about Lewandowski, that we mentioned it in the MLS show, that we think he'd be better if he goes to like Chicago. Or something.
Yeah.
And
I don't think Casemiro's coming either. Because I see Luis Barrios putting Casemiro. Casemiro's not coming.
Oh, nice. And Mike V says that he's going to stream it at the Ale House by the Falls. So I'll meet you at the Ale House by the Falls, Mike V. Maybe we can go get some samurai.
I was there last week.
Samurai, get some pink sauce.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, it's gone up in price because I spent a lot more money than I usually do.
It has gone up in price.
I was like, what the hell is this? We left very disappointed. I felt like I wasn't as full as I usually am, and then it cost more. I was like, what the hell is going on?
How funny is it that when the prices go up on something, you enjoy that less?
Yeah, I was very disappointed. It's the first time I left Samurai disappointed in a very long time. Actually, I think it might be the first time I ever leave disappointed, period.
Yeah, from there.
Yeah.
It's very hard to leave Samurai disappointed. Like something epically has to fail. Yeah.
I left disappointed, and they made us wait a really long time also. But whatever. That's a discussion for another day. Yeah. We waited almost an hour after they sat us down.
You waited an hour after they sat you down?
After they sat us down, right. I'd rather wait the hour before they sit us down. No, nothing. So like that was really frustrating because like if they have you waiting for a table, like, okay, they're busy, there's no room for us. I hate waiting an hour, but whatever. But when they sit you down, that's it. It's go time. And I waited almost an hour. It was very, very frustrating.
Now, before you came back on, I was talking to the chat about, because people were complaining about Noah Allen, and I was saying that I think this game would be good to play Facundo Mura at the left back, see what you got, right?
Test it out.
And if
they haven't tested it out yet. I mean, they tested it out, I think, during one of the preseason games, like as a sub.
But that was like in the beginning when Regilon got injured. I mean, at this point, it matters more. You want the kid to play more, so put him at the left back. If he can't beat out Ian Frey, the Argentine dominator, then put him out on the left. You put him against Ian Frey, and it might be the end of his career. I'll tell you right now.
Luis Barrios wants to put Mikael as a left back. Mikael isn't gonna Noah Allen isn't a bad defender. What people are criticizing Noah Allen about more than anything is that he doesn't give you anything in the attack. Like Noah Allen has the pace to be okay getting back defensively as a left back. He might have his blunders here or there, but he's not terrible. Mikael is gonna give you probably even less in the attack. So I don't think that's even an option.
I'll tell you what I think. I think if you guys are flirting with Mura and you want to see some good out of him, I think it'd be great to put him at the left back position. Left-footed or not, start him there. See what he does.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I'm with you. So we're going to preview the Orlando game tomorrow night with John Rollins from Loud and Proud Orlando. But before we get into that, just out of curiosity, do you think Messi finally plays a game in Orlando this weekend?
I think, honestly, that if you're going to tell me, and he's looked good, right? I don't know. I mean, hamstring injuries are always tough to judge, but he looked good after the injury, right? He progressed and he got better. He started practicing with the team. He looked good against LAFC, played the whole game, right? Didn't look like he was, hampered by the injury. He's been practicing with the team. And now we have a Puerto Rico game that he's mandatorily going to be going to.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, why not? Why not? Play him against Orlando.
Yeah.
You don't want to see him against Orlando just because you don't want to see him play against Orlando. You want the joke to keep rolling, so that way you can tell.
I love that Orlando fans
way,
get frustrated that he doesn't play up there. I think it's funny. But because it's the second game of the season, I think he ends up playing. Because it's the second game, it's way too early. I think there's more of a chance of him not playing in DC, just because it's right before the Champions Cup game against Nashville, which we're going to get into in a second.
That's the long period you want to give him resting.
Right. So if I want to give him some rest time to make sure he's 100% for a game, it would be the DC game, because I want to make sure he's 100% for the CCC.
And Mitch is saying he comes off the bench, he thinks. Knowing how Messi thinks, he hates losing. His focus is World Cup prep, CCC, and getting points on the table. So I think he's going to play against Orlando. I do think that he's going to sit for DC. And I think that it's fair to sit against DC. DC isn't world beaters, and Orlando isn't either. But it just seems like every time we play against Orlando, it's the intensity height. So I totally get it.
All right. So
now, speaking of CCC, we got to see Nashville again. What a disaster, huh?
Well, before we get into
how losers,
how Nashville's looked so far this year and what we think of them.
I mean, they look like dominators.
We've been saying it for. I'm pretty sure we were the first ones to say it, and I think more people are saying it now. But I want to say, like 2 years ago, we said that's the rival. Like Nashville just always in our way. That is our rival.
Big stuff for big
stuff.
Here
it goes again. Like I don't think you can deny it anymore. That is our rival.
And the funny thing is Orlando is just sitting there like, oh, why can't we be rivals? We're in Florida. We're going to play the second game of the MLS season. It's like, no, dude, because you don't play for big stuff because your club sucks. So now we got to play these yellow. We got to play these yellow losers again.
Yeah, man. But those yellow losers are looking a lot better this year.
I mean, they're looking like dominators is what they're looking like.
Yeah, and they got Christian Espinosa, which I think is a really underrated get. And that's not going to be it. Like, we've played them in the last 10 games. We beat them 9 times.
Like 7 times.
9.
Oh.
Or at least, I don't know if they were all wins, but I know that they haven't beat us. So they've won once out of those 10 games.
There was once in the playoffs, yeah.
Right, that was it. That was the time. So I could see why Inter Miami should feel confident. The team, although it has improved since the last time we played them, which was just a couple months ago, it hasn't been a huge difference. But I mean, Nashville is better. Christian Espinosa is going to make a big difference, I think, for Nashville. Creating for Honey Mukhtar, for Sam Surridge, the attention that he brings to that side of the pitch is going to be interesting. So I really hope that Miami can get their shit together before that, because it's going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting when Miami plays against Nashville this time, because it's not going to be a walk in the park. No.
And the thing is, like, Nashville is feeling high on themselves right now. So if they escape with a win, first game, because I think the first game, if I'm not mistaken, is here in Miami, no? Or is it in Nashville?
First one is in Nashville.
Oh, man. If they walk away with a dub at home.
Well, we need to make sure as we get, because unfortunately, as much as I hate it, and UEFA got rid of it, which I think was smart because it's so stupid, the away goal tiebreaker is still a thing for us for some reason. So if you go and you play in Nashville, you got to just make sure that you get at least one away goal.
Shout out to Gina Rome saying, I clicked on the stream just to say we're cooked. Good job. Here we go. I do. And the worst part is that when they come to play us here at our home, there's not going to be much of a home crowd, because it's going to be a weekday game where tickets are being sold right now for $25.
$25. Yeah. and it's
to
in
go to Broward.
Broward. I'm sure people that live in Broward, close to the stadium, are going to go, but people that live down
Oh,
south,
absolutely.
we already struggled to go up there as it is for the last 5 years, especially during weekday games. Definitely not going to this one.
There's no way I'm going. No way.
No
way.
So, and then Have Hope said Danny really chose the worst Liverpool kit to pass. Well, I like green.
It's not a bad. I like that green. Green is my second favorite color.
Yeah, I like it. And Just Boys is going to be at the game. $25 to see Messi. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild. I know, and the price is going to go lower.
I know, and it's a continental trophy tournament. Like it's not like it's like a big time game.
This might be embarrassing.
What's crazy is that it's $25, and the next round after this one, when they're playing in Miami Freedom Park, is gonna go up to like
$1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 25 now, and then a month later, it's gonna be like 125 to get in. So that should be interesting. All right, Chris, do we have anything else? Because I mean, I know we wanted to talk about the Puerto Rican game a little bit, right? We didn't care too much about it, but we figured that we'd give it some time. We got Nashville.
Well, I wanted to bring up the comment.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can be able to post it up here because I think I saved it. And this comment really got under my skin. And
yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Listen. Well, I saw that you just uploaded a comment right now.
Yeah, but it's not that.
So let's. Okay, all right. So I'll go through mine because I usually comments I never allow to get under my skin. I'm a very easygoing person, but this one killed me within my core. Okay, and I'm gonna put this up for you guys so you guys can laugh with the guy who wrote it. And I'm gonna name him Usomo 3214 says Chris sounds like he's reading off a script with a laughy face. He's saying a whole lot of things that make sense, but I know for a fact it isn't his actual takes. He must have watched other podcasts. Oh my God, I'm crying emoji face. Listen, this killed me so much because number one, reading off a script, I never do. I'm never going to go to ChatGPT. I'm never going to script anything. Everything I say is literally deep within my soul out to this show and to you guys. And then the fact to be able to say he probably heard it from other podcasts. Are you kidding me? I feel like I have enough original stuff that I say. Oh my goodness. Yes, Mr. Krabs, this comment destroyed me. I called Danny minutes after reading that. I'm like, there's a comment here that's literally destroying my inner being. And I just had to mention this. You're terrible. Continue to watch the show, by the way. And but yeah, none of that is true, and I hate it. It kills me.
Yes.
So there's that. I know you had a comment you wanted to bring up.
Yeah. Puerto Rico don't play football. Just checking in. You know what? They play football more. It's growing in popularity over there. Carmelo Anthony invested in a team over there. I don't know if that team's still going. I know it was a while ago, but they got something going.
And I wanted to mention something, Danny. Funny that how when I say something that makes sense, I'm reading off of a script. But when I don't say something that makes sense, it's just Chris doesn't know football. So like I don't know football, and if I'm saying something right, it's like, meh, he's reading off of a script, robot.
You know what? This is a great point, and I'll try to answer it for Chris. Xavier, Pedro Potter talks shit all the time. Why does this one comment bother you? Because and I'm going to tell you why. I don't really care about comments too much. My confidence is nowhere near as high as Chris, because Chris has, for some reason, has ungodly amount of confidence. You can say whatever you want to him, but Chris prides himself in originality.
Yeah,
he just needs to be original, so much so that he likes to be a contrarian. And if everybody likes ice cream, then he hates ice cream. If everybody likes soup, then I hate soup, because he likes to be original, unique. So for you to tell him that he's getting something off of somebody else and then just regurgitating what he heard kills him, because he wants to be original. Yes or no?
I mean, because I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm not out here reading scripts.
So that's why it butthurt him so much, because whether you like his takes or hate his takes, he wants you to know that they're his takes.
Yes, they're mine, and you're getting it whether you like it or not.
That's why they're so bad.
They're not all bad. Oh, let me tell you. Let me tell you. This is
God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Let me tell you something.
this couldn't be any more accurate.
I played in a league with Chris. I'm playing a basketball league. Let me tell you something. Try to set a pick for Chris. He'll wave you off immediately. He's like, absolutely not. I don't want help.
No picks.
Like, I need to take this guy one-on-one, and it's so annoying. He's
and it might be good for the actual play itself, the pick, but like I can't do that. I need to take this guy by myself.
So the comment that I was bringing up, and I'm so down. I'm so down to play with you guys.
Listen,
I know
don't tempt me, bro.
I'm terrified of playing basketball now. The fear of like tearing an ACL at the age of 40 is something that really scares me.
Let's fucking do it.
All right. So this appreciate everybody watching. Like the show if you haven't already. Subscribe. I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a tangent here. If you want to stay with us, awesome. If you don't, I get it. So yesterday when we were doing La Ventanita show, it was one of our better shows. We went for like an hour strong. Yeah. And we talked about a lot of things. We talked about the messy refs. We talked about that's a bunch of stuff. We talked about the afterlife. By the way,
yes,
the movie
Afterlife.
Yeah, it was. We had a lot of conversations. So there was one conversation that came up where we started talking about another football podcast, because it's something that when we started this, it was originally not the Battered Herons, it was the Battered Soccer Fans, because I wanted to talk world football. Chris, not so much. He was new to the sport. And then we had a third host that he's no longer with us. And then we started kicking around the idea of what that would look like if we were to talk about the world sport, right? Just other EPL, La Liga, Champions League, everything. And Chris said that what he wants to do is he wants to also do something like that, but not do it for Europe. He wants to just talk USL. So this is the comment that I had put up there, because AJ said Chris wanted to become a USL fan, classic, but then she followed it up with please cover La Liga and EPL. Also a cool way to cover. Oh man, I didn't realize that I didn't hit the read more. Anyway, she said that she would support Chris's international journey. So,
but not my USL journey. What if I want to follow the Tampa Bay Rowdies or something? I don't know.
Well, I think that it would be fun for you to kind of give it a chance. So, no longer with you. Yeah, we had a third host. It was me, Chris, and our friend Ben.
He does other stuff, not like Dead.
No. Yeah. He does the You Heard podcast, which is a popular podcast. If you haven't checked it out and you're a fan, check it out. You Heard podcast. And he was one of the original hosts for the show. So anyway, I apologize. No longer with us.
I'm sure Ben will laugh it off.
All right. And Danny just turned the Heat show into a G League podcast and Chris Olin. So would anybody tune in to watch Chris and I talk international? Because I'm curious.
To talk EPL, just yes or no. Would you guys watch a podcast where we talk EPL once a week?
Oh, you got to go. You got to go all in with everybody, no?
I mean, no, dude. What? Like, what? Am I going to be watching like soccer all the time? Like, it's tough for me to squeeze in Knicks games. The loner says, Chris, me and my two other friends are going to subscribe to your new channel just to bash you. That is funny.
Well, I will tell you that I think that is one of the reasons why Chris is hesitant, because Chris already gets enough hate and he feels pretty confident talking into Miami. It took him a while to jump on to do the MLS. And now I'm like, yo, just do the whole freaking world. And he's like, oh, and that's coming up in the next month. So shout out to Sonic Squirrel and the the YouTube channel. If you look it up, Battered Dolphins fans, you can find it. No
It's there.
shows out, but it already has like 40 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe. We're gonna start that next month.
Well, Mr. Krabs is saying I'll watch Chris lose weight. I'll do like some, you know what I'll do? I'll do some like shows while I walk around or something. I mean, I don't want to do stuff while like I'm working out.
Your bread and butter is this podcast. I mean, I like to talk
Yes.
football. That was like I explained in the beginning. That was my original intention because I love talking world football. Like right now, I would love to talk about that Benfica Real Madrid game from earlier today, where I thought that Richard Rios had one hell of a game for Benfica. But you know, and then yesterday, of course, you would have seen. Oh, and then well, again, I'm not going to talk. There's a Norwegian team called Bodu that just has been taking lives, and you would love them just because they're nobodies that just been taking down giants. They beat Man City. They beat Inter.
Oh, I
twice.
actually saw something. I saw something
Mhm.
online about those people. Yes.
Yeah, and Borussia Dortmund kick somebody in the face, and like, it's just it's fun. It's fun because there's so much to talk about. But you know,
Shout out to the loner. This is the best Inter Miami podcast ever. Shout out to you.
could
You
cover
guys
your
are what
stuff.
makes this.
Bodu Glint. Yeah. So anyway, all right, that's enough gas bagging. There was just a random question. We'll see. We'll see. Again, it's up to Chris. But we are not done for tonight. We're gonna go ahead and do our battered soccer show that starts in a couple minutes. Now, I don't know if you caught that, Chris. You see what I called it there?
Yes.
Maybe we'll start talking a little USL there. I already have something lined up that I haven't talked to you about. So
I mean,
right,
but you like we're gonna actually talk USL. You didn't give me time to like.
no, not
Do my-
today. Not today, but
okay.
we could open it up to not just be so constrained to just the MLS.
Ooh, a
I also don't
90s
like using.
nostalgia gas
I've
bag
been trying to figure
podcast.
out another name for the show for a long time because I hate calling it MLS. Like we don't call it Battered Inter Miami, we call it Battered Herons.
Yeah.
I hate calling it Battered MLS. Whatever.
Battered
That's the whole conversation.
Eagle soccer show. Like, what do you think of when you think America? You think of like bald eagles
think
or
soccer.
something.
When you talk about this sport, you think soccer because we're the only ones that call it soccer.
Battered soccer fans, but like soccer is just so general.
But it works because it's American.
I guess. Champions League.
Yeah, it's
What are we
it's
doing,
the
guys?
it's the top teams in the world. Could you imagine just the best team in every? I don't know. It's so hard here in the United States because we're such a big country. But like, let's say hypothetically, and I know this is going to be kind of weird, but just follow me here. Let's say somehow
God.
the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and MLS all played the same sport. Like they just hybrided all of it, and then you get the best NFL team to play the best NBA team to play the best MLB team, right? And they just did like a hybrid somehow, and they're all just playing against each other. That's essentially what the Champions League is. You
That's
just
like
get
a
the best
Royal
teams
Rumble.
from the best- yeah, it's like the best teams from the best leagues. That there's nothing better than watching Champions League. Even the song that comes on, like before halftime and after the games, it's magisterial.
Well, I mean, Kenty is saying we need relegation in MLS. Don't get me started.
That's a conversation that we're gonna have to have on our show. And I found the people to do it with, Chris.
I know.
So we'll get that conversation going soon. All right, that's it. We gas bagged for a while. Appreciate you guys if you stuck around for the gas bag. Make sure you like and subscribe to the show if you haven't already. And again, if you got nothing else going on, battered soccer fans going on, battered soccer moms. Okay. We got that show going in like 10 minutes. So not 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes we'll be doing that. So make sure that you jump on there if you haven't already. So that's it. Chris, you got any final words?
Love soccer for life. Thank you guys for hanging out.
And until the next one, have a good one.